There's actually three levels of issues. Of course, you've got your local, your state and your federal. When we're talking about local, we're talking about Kimberley, and being as parochial as I am, I think that those issues are the most important. The biggest single venture that we've had in many, many years is the Browse Basin project. We've got three proponents out there. We've got an opportunity to provide employment, to have a better economic base in terms of that employment, and of course, you know, opportunities for new businesses. It's a great challenge. We've got to really be rational about not only the environment but industry, so that they coexist in a way that doesn't destroy what we have for the future for our kids. The other thing, of course, is the Ord irrigation scheme. We're still trying to get the commitment from all levels of government to see it work. And of course, the other major project up here, I believe, and as one of my priorities, is the Fitzroy River. If we don't save this last wild river for our children, then it's going to be an indictment on every single one of us. So that's my local perspective. Of course, we've all got issues with employment, Indigenous health, the poverty that Aboriginal people live in up here, in terms of, at one level in Broome, obscene opulence coexisting with abject poverty. Now we've got every hospital has either been completely revamped or replaced. We're working on the schools now. The other thing that I have raised as an issue on a number of occasions is native title. It's a really simple concept to me. If Aboriginal people own the land, how is it that they can't benefit as anyone else in terms of utilising the means of production? An example is when you see these people sit at a table to negotiate their native title rights, they're actually negotiating their citizenship rights, because the discussions are health, education, training, employment. They're things that every other citizen in this country actually takes for granted. We've had a government that walked in to an economic situation that was actually provided by their predecessors. It was in place when they won the election, and all they did was just keep themselves above water. We did everything else, the states did everything else, industry did everything else, and of course the resources industry is booming in Western Australia. The federal government, as it currently stands, has forfeited its right to rule this country. The federal government has brought the army in to work with its own citizens, yet there's no feedback as to how many children have been abused. There is no feedback about the way that they had got cooperation, which was about denying people their rights. Whatever the label comes out, the generalisation that comes with having a government at a federal level like we've got, it affects every single Aboriginal person. And of course, before I'm anything else, I'm an Aboriginal woman and mother. My kids are really upset about those generalisations, because none of them brutalise children or women or have addictions. And I'm not going to let any federal government do to my kids what they've done in the past, which is disenfranchise them, to send them away to live amongst strangers for a decent education, to send them away to work because there's nothing here. That's not going to happen. The future for the Kimberley is something that every single one of those children have a right to participate in. We don't appreciate people who use children to change opinions. So John Howard is going to have some time on his hands if Australia is very smart.